one voice. That's how, this is for me, like seeing all of you, like that's the reason, the donations and those numbers and the crowds was the reason why I joined. And my brother convinced me that I had to go and endorse someone. I never endorsed anybody before. And I had other friends and people who were working for the campaign saying, you have to do this. And I was like, I've never done this before. I do voter registration. I'm nonpartisan. That's how I contribute. I work with multiple organizations. That's where I feel most effective. And then I just started getting mad because I was seeing all of this incredible energy and seeing this historic moment. And at the very least, it should be getting some credence, some credit, some word, because it never does. And we need that when the Occupy movement, when people are pushing back against bailouts, when people are going, no, we have to prevent a war from happening. And it happens across the planet. People marching en masse across language, across time, to say no to a war before it happened. Yeah. How powerful is that? And then, you know, I'm watching it because I care, and I'm looking at this stuff, and my circle, we're all into it. And then we turn on the TV and it's not there. Yeah. And you know, Gil Scott-Heron is right, it's not going to be televised. Yeah. You know, but it's going to be shared, it's going to be connected, it's going to be electrified through all of us, making sure that we're the people who are going, no, this is important, this is our story, and we're telling it in real time. We don't have to wait till 5-10 years from now to look at this moment in the history books. We're a part of it right now. With someone who actually pushed against segregation, with someone who actually walked with Martin Luther King. Those memes and the gifts that you pass out, the dream that we have. This man was inspired by that when we are inspired by him now, passing along that message. We're that same age, we're in that same rung of people, just all masses of people. You look at those crowds, but those crowds were masses of individuals. The individuals who gave $3, $27, the individuals who are phone banking, and you will get hung up on a lot.
So much.
So much. And you're like, cha-ching, okay, next one. Hello, caller. Right? You're going to knock on doors. What are you selling? And it's like, no, I'm showing you, actually, an opportunity that I don't know that you've been talked to about. And it's an opportunity to vote for yourself and your family and your friends and your community and your country and the world at large, because that's what's at stake in this election. It's making a decision about who's going to press the button to take us out and drop bombs on other people's children. It's the person who's going to be able to sign the legislation that says, no, we care about women's rights. It's the person who's going to push to say our kids deserve, and everybody deserves, to have an access to education and to have health care for all of us. It's going, yeah, the sacrifices I'm willing to do right now, Nina Turner's willing to do, to step down, Senator Nina Turner, and leave money on the table. Tulsi Gabbard, our Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard, who's like, you know what, I'm going to step down from the chair as co-chair of the DNC because this is wrong and this process is not right. And as a veteran, I can't be silent because I know, I understand the human cost of these decisions. And my brothers and sisters who can't fight for themselves, I have to give them voice. And it's not enough for me to be comfortable and sit back and go, it's okay, I'm all right. I'm the co-chair of the DNC, I'll do my little bit. No. Risking like the side eye in DC when she's going to vote, and people going, you know, this is political suicide. Yeah. And going, that's not what this is about, actually. That's too small. And like Bernie Sanders says, we gotta think big. Yeah. This is about our futures, our collective futures, and we can't be individually pounced on and told that we have to vote out of fear, because we don't have to. We actually get to be moved and do something out of love and joy and passion. And if that means I get taxed later on when we win and have even more sacrifices, I'm so down for that. Yeah. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Yeah. I love it when people send that to me. Like, yeah, well, he wants that, I'm like, I do want it. That's why I'm knocking on doors and I'm making phone calls and I'm talking to you and we're going and talking in big microphones and we're doing press. We're all doing our part in different ways and supporting each other's efforts. Because we got your back and you've got ours. Yeah. When we're watching those votes come in, and it's not done by the whole state, it's done county by county, district by district. Yeah. It's the work that you guys are doing that go, nope, that one's for Bernie. Nope, that one's for Bernie too. And that one, and that one, and that one. When you actually look at the numbers in all the states that have been won, especially of late, he's won like 98% of the vote. Because he's won the most counties. Yeah. She might win some major cities, and so the numbers balloon. Yeah. But he's the one who's actually changing the entire country's consciousness and going, no, we actually want to be a part of something that we're being told doesn't even matter and is over. And they're still going, well, whatever, well, if it's over, it's not going to hurt to vote for him anyway. Yeah. Just because I can say that I did, I got a chance to. If this is my only chance this is my moment that I'm going to do to be able to check that box and go, Bernie Sanders, I stand with him, I stand with Martin Luther King, I stand with Nina Turner, I stand with Tulsi Gabbard, I stand with our veterans, I stand with our nurses, I stand with my neighbors, I stand with strangers who will benefit from these policies. That's the moment that we're in, and it's powerful and it's wonderful and it's not a sacrifice because I get to say I got to do that with my life. I get to look back and see what the people who came before us struggled to do for the suffragette movement, for equality, so many different things, and go, we still got a lot that we got to work. This is the civil rights movement of our time.
Right.
Yep.
And we're watching it happen across the planet.
Right.
Yeah.
People are, this is a moment of protest, this is a moment of revolt, this is a moment of pushing back against the systems that we didn't create, that we were born into, and that we're just supposed to accept.
Right.
But no progress, nobody concedes power, and no progress has ever been done when people just accept the status quo.
Right.
And we understand, especially with climate change and all of the things that are going on, we cannot afford incremental change. So thank you for the way our incremental changes is bit by bit spreading into our communities. That's our version of incremental change, so we can have big change.
Yeah.
So I just want to say thank you so, so much. When we're talking about getting people to vote, get 5 people to vote for you, all of that kind of stuff, it's also getting 5 people to canvass with you. To make parties. That was one of the first time I got to meet you, pretty much, is you calling me up and going, hey,
we're having a phone baby
party. So it's like, let's talk for 5 minutes and then I'll disappear into corners and then we're back to each other.
Did you hear what he said to me? Because this is what she said to me.
So awesome. You know, I'm watching people do videos and commercials, make their own stuff. The creativity, like we were saying, is so beautiful. From the art, painting on buttons. This is beautiful, y'all.
Yeah.
To like stitching, babes for Bernie, and the memes and the whole thing, and the creativity. And as long as that is that energy, all of that helps. It's one of the things that we're fighting for is art in our schools. So we can be treated as more than just expendable numbers, but as people with richness and culture and passion and love and excitement and creativity. There's so poetry, everything. This is us stirring each other and moving each other one by one by one. So thank you for being a part of this movement, not this moment, because like as you're saying, regardless of what happens in this election, we have a lot of work to do. None of these issues suddenly go away. We were just in Stockton. That's considered the murder capital of California. And you know, for the folks there, that's not how they view it.
Right.
That's their community. That's where they grew up. You know, it's something that they deal with, but they understand the root causes of it. It's the fact that they don't have a state university there. College. They have more money that's being put into putting kids in jail. They're the largest. They get 10-year-olds. They are the ones that have the highest of putting 10-year-olds into jail and getting into corrective facilities. Like